Namaskar, welcome to Lunar Astro. So today's topic, what we're going to discuss is seventh lord in different houses. We are going to continue with that series. But what is so special in this video is we're going to discuss about this particular video. The predictions are from Bhrigu Sutram. Like the first seventh lord in till now, what we have discussed in first two videos are is from the point of Maharishi Parashar. What the BPHS says, what is the hidden meaning of it, how you can approach that BPHS, and this is a wonderful book to read. Every one of you should read it like several times because this particular book contains so much of information, and this is the best part of the BPHS is that you have so much of the reference work. Like every 100 200 years there is a BPHS, then there is a Saravali, Fal Dipika, Jatak Parijat, and Hora Sara, Hora Ratnam, Sarvath Chintamani. But one of my requests is to when you buy a book, read it like several times. On first few years, I kept on reading Sarvath Chintamani for several times, and that is why I'm able to quote when I'm speaking to you. While teaching, whenever you will teach that subject, that shlok will come in your head. This is what will happen when you keep on reading one book for over and over a period of time. Similarly, do it with the BPHS. But today's video is about Bhrigu Sutram. See, when I say Bhrigu Sutram, a lot of questions are which particular Bhrigu Sutram to buy, and I will tell you in today's video which Bhrigu Sutram to buy. Because Bhrigu Sutram comes in packages of like 10 books, 15 books, 7 books, depending on which one you're buying. If you're buying from the market, please wait for some time because I am already in a process to provide you Bhrigu Sutram. We have already, in process with the one of the publishers who are not in business anymore. They have the original copies. So I said, why not to give it to us and we'll publish it. And I will show you the Bhrigu Sutram. The first particular book which you will get contains a lot of charts from this particular year, like from 1930s to 1970s. Whoever is born, the chart is there. Now this chart can be the Chandra Kundali, this chart can be the Surya Kundali, this chart can be the Lagan Kundali, depending on which particular Bhrigu Sutram you are looking for. And then based on that particular, there's a particular method to find out where that particular, the prediction for this particular chart is written. Then you go to, in every book you'll find one page for this particular chart. Like if there are 15 books, you'll find one page in every 15 books. And these 15 pages are the complete life of the native. There are some Bhrigu Sutrams like this one. This is a bit heavy one. See, if we can read it and camera can capture it. What it says is, and this the chart is made on the one side, and the another side says, and this is how you have to see the birth date. Like this particular chart is for Krishna Paksha, Ashad Mase, uh, Ekadashi Tathi, Kritika Nakshatra, Mesh, Chandra, Vrish Rashi, Chandra Mangal in the Lagna. And the first prediction the Maharishi Prashar has given is the native will have relations with the mean ladies. And then there are like 15 pages continuing in for the prediction. It goes on. Then there are books like this. And this is the one which comes in. I think this is the most extensive one which I have till now. Out of all the Bhrigu Sutrams, this is the most extensive one. Now, when the Bhrigu Sutram does predictions, it only does the prediction, it never tells you the rules. Then there is a particular Bhrigu Sutram which only tells you the rules, and this is the best one. How you can write your own Bhrigu Sutram. Because instead of finding out why Maharishi Prashar is giving you different ages, why Maharishi Bhrigu is giving you different ages, and like when he predicts Moon, Mars, and in chart there's a Taurus Lagna, Moon, Mars, and Lagna, and the prediction is at the age of 32 the native will have losses in business. This is a prediction for the first chart, but he's not telling you why at the age of 32 there will be losses in business, but this is the prediction. So there's one particular Bhrigu Sutram which is very thin. It is like only, it comes in a set of 2 books, I think 1600 pages, and this is the thinnest Bhrigu Sutram you will get. and there are rules mentioned in it, that why any particular native will have this particular combination, what are the cycles, what are different dashas. Like I taught three of these dashas in the happiness series from the Bhrigu Sutram. When you will read this particular book, that how you can make your own combinations, how the ages are getting derived, why the age of 36, like when the seventh lord is in 9,000, I will discuss it. Age of 36 is the most critical age. Why that age is going to be very critical age for the native. You will realize the code of Bhrigu Sutram is to be used every single time, and this is the most easy way you can understand the Jyotish, because the amount of literature which Bhrigu Sutram has provided, no other book has decoded in such a manner. That is why Bhrigu has its own way to describe things, and I'll start with this one. Seventh Lord in ninth house itself, and you will see what I'm talking about. Like seventh Lord in ninth house, religion and bhagya will be controlled by wife, and this is very simple prediction, because seventh Lord goes in ninth, and ninth house is the house of religion. Ninth house is the house of your past life punya. So all your past life punya and pap will get manifested in form of your spouse. But what is the interesting prediction here is Rahu becomes prominent. Rahu Ketu axis becomes prominent in your chart, and the native will have qualities of being a healer, like a Ved. I mean, see, when the Bhrigu Sutra mentions you healer, it doesn't say has to be doctor. It has to be qualities of healer. And you can heal people by various ways. But what the real prediction is, the Rahu Ketu axis, seventh lord and ninth house, the Rahu Ketu axis in your life is what is going to govern you, what is going to drive you. Age of 28 to 32, native will travel a lot, will spend time in isolation, will not have contacts with anyone. Even if the native gets married, he has to suffer isolation. Separation is inevitable when seventh lord is in ninth house for these years only, 28 to 32. Also, initially, you will see there will be a lot of fights between the husband and wife, and these fights will have nothing to do with the monetary terms. It has to do on the terms of principle. So, husband or I mean, whoever has this combination, seventh lord in ninth house, 28 to 32, there will not be a good time period for the married life, and the traveling is there. The time of isolation is there. 33 to 39 is when native rises in life. So seventh lord in ninth house, the results are coming in these 7 years, 33 to 39. Native is going to rise in these 6 years. Native is going to rise in life. It gets more interesting now, because now Maharishi Bhrigu is telling you that chart spouse will have qualities. Mercury as a prominent planet in the chart will have troubles related to maternal aunts. Sibling will be the source of worry for native, and native will suffer from the hormonal imbalance disease, which is a Mercury disease. So what Maharishi Prasad is telling you, when the seventh lord goes in ninth, now it is third from the seventh, so Mercury becomes prominent, and that is why Maharishi Bhrigu is giving you all insights about that these are the problems native is going to face. Seventh lord in ninth house, the another prediction which is given is that you will never be able to settle out in your life. Every single time you will change your businesses, you will change a line of work, will change houses. Now this is the effect of the Rahu Ketu axis. When Maharishi Bhrigu is telling you seventh lord in ninth house, the Rahu Ketu is the prominent, and this is what you need to consider. And then there are predictions of life based on the Rahu Ketu transit only. So this is the interesting development, and I will tell you why the Rahu has been taken in ninth house. Why Rahu becomes so prominent when the seventh lord goes in ninth house. Then the prediction comes that is your sibling's spouse will be a source of worry for you. Do not include him in your business. Seventh lord in ninth house. See, oh, what amazing prediction is giving out. Then another prediction is, usually when you see seventh lord in ninth house, that will be sibling spouse, and ideally it should give you rise in the marriage. Sorry, rise in the bhagya, because that's your bhagya houses. But what Maharishi Bhrigu is telling you, that moment you get this person in your business, you will have troubles in your bhagya. He will be the creator for the downfall of your in life. Seventh lord in ninth house, there is a marriage of convenience. This is what the prediction is. The native will never be able to will be able to get satisfaction in the marriage. Seventh lord in ninth house. There will be no monetary gains after marriage. Some bhagya rises, but there is no monetary gains. So because this is a house of ether content, this is a house of principles. So as long as you stay on principles, you will get rise in life, but money is not the factor which you are going to get because of the spouse. Because in older days, after marriage, people used to give a lot of dowries, and nowadays also, but not in this particular chart. Not going to happen. Seventh lord in ninth house, one of the most different combinations which I found in this Bhrigu Sutram was that you will die, the native will die while performing the puja, while performing the austerity. And this is what I observed is that, like one of the natives which I know, seventh lord in ninth house, the lady died within temple after performing the puja. Like she went down after the after the puja, and that's where she died. So be careful if your body is not capable of handling fasting and other rituals. Please do it very carefully, because this is what will cause your health to downgrade. This is when the last time will come, and this is a good and bad combination, both, the way you want to see it. Now we'll discuss seventh lord in 10th house, another one. Seventh lord in 10th house, and this is a very karmic relationship. Reason being is, and nowadays the term used karmic, people use it anyway in every single combination, but it's only the 10th house which is karam. This is one way to look at it. So seventh lord in 10th house is a karmic relationship. Now the thing is, now you have to work for your spouse, because 10th house is your karam, and your seventh lord is going into it. You have to work in partnerships, and whenever you will see, like, if your seventh lord is in 10th house, you will work with partnerships only to pay off the debts of your partner. You will work more like a slave, or like the person who is working more in the partnerships, only because, and this is why the cancer sins, they have natural capricorn in the seventh house, in the same condition. You have to work more in partnerships. Reason being is, now the house of karma has the partnership lord, and 10th house is the peak. To climb any peak, you have to work very hard. So be careful when the seventh lord is in 10th house. This becomes a karmic relationship. The story which is mentioned by the Maharishi Bhrigu is that native has acquired, done these things in the past life, has not paid back the loan. So the native has to serve under the spouse or the partners to pay off that loan. Until unless you pay, you have to work like a servant. Whenever you will see seventh lord in 10th house, tell them you are working more in the partnerships, and you will not get your due share. This is one of the predictions of seventh lord in 10th house. Because in past life, like the chart which was given in this particular book was, seventh lord was moon. Moon was in the 10th house. Now the prediction was given was that he consumed so much food from his employer in the past life, didn't pay, waste, and also wasted a lot of food. That is why in this life the native is working under the this same boss, but not getting paid properly. So remedy is, please distribute food, save food, do not waste it. Also, your married life, nobody tells you that seventh lord and 10th house. The remedy is, please save your food. Do not waste any single. You want good married life? Do not waste food. A very simple remedy. Try to eat one or two times a day, and the third time just leave it, because that one time when you will leave, you are paying back. And if you do fasting as well, wonderful. That one time you're leaving, you are actually making your married life better. You're progressing towards the You're progressing towards, so that you can pay your debt off early. It's like, pre EMIs. Even when you start fasting, seventh lord in 10th house, this is also going to affect your married life. This is going to bring good effects in your married life. Secondly, seventh lord in 10th house, you will have better experiences in the partnership, because 10th house is a better house, and seventh lord is going there. So partnerships will have better experiences. Your jobs profile will have better experiences with the in the work area. This is going to happen. So be ready for it. This is what you're paying back because of the extra consumption, extra wastage of food in the past life. The interesting part is that Surya becomes the most focused and exalted planet in your chart. Surya, wherever it is sitting now in your chart, will work as the exalted planet. So you will see in your life your father, because Surya is the natural karaka for father. And Bhrigu Sutram, Surya is a karaka for kids as well. For you, the major source of worry will be, what will my generation do next? What will be the karma of my generation next? This will become the major source of your worry. And this is why when your kids will grow up, you will have to work hard for them, so that they do not suffer in their career. Seventh Lord in 10th house, you will be the most worried person related to the kids, your kids' career. Also, Surya, when the Surya represents kids, also the conceiving part, getting kids into this particular earth, is going to be a very difficult task for you. You might have to actually leave your job or change your job for getting the kids. Now you see the beauty of this Bhrigu Sutram. 7th Lord and 10th house books will tell you all sorts of prediction, but nobody is going to tell you that Surya will behave as the focused planet now in the chart. Surya will become the planet which will be the major source of worry, and this is only for the 7th house. And this, when these combinations are mentioned, 7th lord and 10th house, there are ages mentioned for every houses. Like for this pair combination, 31 to 35 is the age. There's a first patch, 7th lord and 10th, first patch, you will realize that why you are actually working so hard in your life. 36 to 40 is extremely good age, and you will progress in your life. And 38th is the most transformative year, when the 7th lord is in 10th house. Your spouse will have issues related to early death of partners in family. Like, let's suppose you're marrying in a family, look for the patterns in that family. The family will have pattern of early deaths, like the in-laws, one of them might not be there, or will die early just after your marriage. Will have issues related to divorce, early deaths, uh, instability of jobs or work in the family. Like, there will be no jobs for some people, or instability of the work. So there will be businessmen rather than the job people. This is what the 7th lord in 10th house will do. Also, someone in spouse family will go against the term used is going against the religion, but I'm taking it as, there will be somebody who will be very liberal minded, will accept two religions, will have change of religion, 7th lord in 10th house, and advocate to go with the two religions at the same time. This is 7th lord in 10th house. So these are the predictions you will not get anywhere except Bhrigu Sutram. This is why, whenever you want to go in detail of things, whenever you want to see what's the magic of really absolute pure Jyotishas, go to Bhrigu Sutra. Sorry. Now the thing is, there's one particular book which explains the rules of Bhrigu Sutram rather than these books. This is the book which I'm already in talks with the publisher to bring it out. The things are being finalized, because right now it's not Muhurt, it's whole Ashta going on and all the other things. That's why we are not announcing. We'll announce it after 15th of April, when the things will be much better. So wait for it. When the Jupiter comes to Pisces, why to do it in Jupiter Aquarius? Let's Jupiter come in Pisces, and then we'll start rolling out these things. So this is coming up, and I'll see you guys in next video. I'll do the next two ones, 7th lord in 11th and 12th as well, next week, or next week Saturday, because next week Friday is holy, so we'll do it on Saturday. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye bye. And let me know what's your experiences related to Bhrigu Sutram and how you find these predictions. So I'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye bye.